Namaste, sweet souls. Deanna with Divine Destiny and the Rise of Empaths coming to you on January 19th. I would like to pause for a moment to hold space to honor my son's heavenly 26th birthday, if he was still here in his body. He inspired me as an empath to start this channel to begin with, and so got a good cry out over the last 24 hours. Totally inspired to come on today because it was his sensitivities that inspired me to start this channel for us sensitives, way showers, light workers to begin with. So, happy heavenly birthday, my son. I'm coming to you on Sunday the 19th for an energy update for January 20th through the 26th. I think I want to pause right now and say happy birthday and happy solar return. The sun moves into Aquarius on Monday the 20th, so happy birthday to all of you Aquarians. For the rest of us, this will also resonate. We have all 12 zodiacal signs in our, is that a word? Zodiac signs in our birth natal chart. We have every planet that orbits through our birth natal chart, and also highlights the things that the evolution of our soul can learn to grow from. And so this will resonate for everybody. The key balance is we have all four elements within us: earth, fire, air, water. We have all signs within us. So it's just a beautiful way to share. So this will resonate for everybody. Where this personally hits your birth natal chart is highly encouraged for you to get that and start just kind of studying. It's really an aha moment. I know for me, on my awakening, learning the significance of how astrology really does support our soul for an evolution. So why I think this week is so powerful is because we not only have the sun moving in to Aquarius on the 20th, so Aquarius season, leaving Capricorn season behind, right? Going from earth to air, and the new moon on the Friday, the 24th. I feel this is a huge, huge thing. It's dancing around in the sky with Uranus, which is the ruling planet of Aquarius, and it's all about gaining clarity, gaining this bigger perspective of the vision that we all want going into the age of Aquarius, right? I feel this is a huge initiation time for all of us to feel liberated, to really start getting a mindset of revolution, and to leave behind the old playing small, dimming our lights to appease to others. And Aquarius is a fixed air sign, so they're stabilizers. They come and they craft the things into the physical that the cardinal signs initiate, right? So it's about stabilization. I know from the Cancer eclipse that we had, the lunar eclipse, with the North Node of where we're wanting to head. I know a lot of us right now in between that time and the present have been in this stillness mode. I believe if we get back into the rhythm of nature and the ebbs and flows of the moon cycles, that we truly can rise in this authenticity. So I set my intentions for the beginning of this year to come in and share a book that I've received for astrology and the guidance of our soul throughout this whole year of 2020. We're going through such transformational times. And so I just feel in my heart of hearts, this Aquarius new moon is a new beginning, a new way of thinking, and a lot of us are in this simmer mode. So be okay with that. Allow, it's an air sign. Allow the thoughts to flow through you. A lot of us have been healing attachment issues and healing karmic wounds with whoever's played the role with us in our life. And the Aquarian age is about a higher, right? Ruled by Uranus, a higher consciousness of our oneness, a collective of feeling liberated from all of the dense things and the control factors of the Pisces age, to knowing that this higher mindset, you know, Uranus rules Aquarius, a revolution of knowing that as a collective is where we should all be setting our intentions to clear, clarify, cleanse, and really anchoring that in with this fixed air sign of Aquarius. It's liberating us. It's freeing us from suppression and oppression, and really utilize this within yourself to reflect upon. And right now seems to be an energetic pause. I highly recommend that every one of you be able to sit in that stillness, to sit in that void, to sit in that quietness, and really allow it to liberate you, to free you. So let me get into this and share before we do the cards for this energy update for January 20th through the 26th. The sun starts things off this week by moving into Aquarius on Monday, January 20th. Even though Aquarius contains the word aqua, which they show that it is a water bear, but it's an air sign, it is a symbol, is the water bear. Aquarius is an air sign, not a water sign. As an air sign, Aquarius is focused on groups and has a brilliant cerebral, if I pronounce that right, energy. That's because it's ruled by Uranus, the higher octave of Mercury, the higher thinking, the collective consciousness. Aquarians make good scientists, engineers, astrologers, humanitarians. Aquarius is the sign of the outlier, the rebel, and the black sheep, and is famous for going against the flow, which is wonderful. That's what we need right now, if you ask me, because they are stabilizers, right? During the next month, while the sun is in Aquarius, there isn't going to be an abundance of warm, fuzzy energy. But it is a great time for leading with your head, pushing the boundaries, and making big changes that you want to last. They're the stabilizers. We want substance. We want Uranus, the bigger perspective of the collective consciousness going forward for all life, you know? So the Aquarian trend continues on Thursday, January 23rd, as the sun makes a stubborn square to Uranus. This kind of energy can cause restlessness and out of sorts energy. This is why it is so important for us to let go of old programs, old belief systems, because we are in this void right now. It's as above, so below. We're in a part of the galaxy that we've never been before. We have tremendous light coming from our sun and our central sun that our bodies are integrating. So a lot of us are feeling the physicality of this purge, right? Personally, for me, just tired, which is okay. It's winter in Michigan. It's time to be in the rest. Like I said, going back to the rhythms of nature is what we were intended to be in the first place. So this light coming in is causing headaches in some. And this has just been ongoing. I think I've been sharing this since I started my channel in 2019. It's okay. Have that higher mindset, right, of Uranus, Aquarius, of I understand that what we're purging and going through and having a new way of thinking is better for the whole. Super beautiful. The sun in Uranus square is a reminder to step out of your comfort zone. The rebellious Aquarian energy continues to build towards the Aquarius new moon on Friday, January 24th. Every new moon is at its darkest, calmest point in the lunar cycle and has all the right stuff for making any type of new beginning. January's new moon in the double sun moon blast of Aquarian energy makes this week the best of time of the year for breaking out with the old and inventing new. That's so significant. And speaking of the new, Saturday, January 25th is the first day of the Lunar New Year based on the Chinese It's the new year for the Chinese in their astrology of the rat. Though not the most loved animals, symbolically the rat is ranked first in the Chinese zodiac for its spirit, its humor, its awareness, its flexibility, and vitality. This is huge. This is asking us. I mean, it's no coincidence. When I first awakened and realized the significance of this and the support that we have, because whatever is going on out there is also going on within us. And I know my daughter's an Aquarius, and she's definitely that rebel. She's definitely that trendsetter, but that's beautiful. We need that within humanity, because with Uranus ruling Aquarius and that higher thinking, they're very much so a beautiful gift to this world, and all of us are, because they are the stabilizers of change. They are trendsetters. And so I think this new moon, it's now Aquarius season. It's anchoring into the Aquarian age, which we want that to go, right? It's how we communicate to the world. It's how we have that higher thinking of leaving behind the survival and the I thinking to the we thinking. And I see that in my daughter. She comes across, I'm just sharing because this will relate to somebody. She's comes across as this hard shell and exterior, but that's just the wounds that she's not healed yet in her lifetime, right? Of injustices. But in the core of who I see who she is, she's just striving for her authenticity. She wants to feel heard like the rest of us. And they really are trendsetters. We can learn so much if we adults just shut our mouths and listen, specifically to the children. So, what else would I like to share with this? Let me pull up the chart here real quick. So today's January 19th. The moon is still in Scorpio at this time, but it will be leaving the water sign of Scorpio, going into the fire sign of Sagittarius. So that's a beautiful little bit of energy to not maybe be so deep in the emotions and just allowing, being in that stillness. I cannot stress that enough, how important it is. Because if we don't sit in our stillness, we can't hear our soul. And society's taught us to be busy, busy, busy. And in fact, there's a season for everything. So let me see what else. Fixed air with Aquarius. So don't be too fixed on the way you think things should be, because you'll have a rude awakening. This ascension that we're continuously going through will be a rough ride for you. I always say, quiet the mind, right? We don't want ego death. Isn't even really real. It's a merge. If you're in a body, you have an ego. But the beautiful part about it is, if we learn to silence that, if we learn to sit in our stillness and go into our heart space, you'll start feeling that be your first compass. And so that's huge going forward, because the age of Aquarius and now going into Aquarius season, we're really wanting to not get lost in the mind, right? Don't get so lost in technology that you don't go out and ground, and that you honor all four of the elements within you, your body, mind, spirit, your emotions, and then that passion within you. Don't ignore those things. It's huge. However, because this is an air sign and it's a new way, I don't think that we should put our heels in the dirt, because if we do that, you're going to feel the turmoil within you. It'll come up as anxiety. And with this Uranus square they're talking about, that, like they said, it can cause you to be jittery and stuff. So mindfulness, breath work, soulful, like healing music, but meditation, literally meditate, not just whatever. Meditation is a huge way for us to merge and have that sacred union between the mind, the lower mind, and the higher mind, which is through the heart, if you ask me. So, excuse me. It's a really powerful time as I was sitting and reflecting upon it. And the more you dive deep into your quietness, be still and listen, the more you hear from your soul, the more you see synchronicities, not only within you, but all around you. And you just start in this vibration of, it sustains you when you're going through these ebbs and flows of our emotions and feeling like, oh my God, this world appears to be mad. But when you gain those spiritual muscles and those roots within you, it is just phenomenal. So ending this up to start our cards, it's a time of evolution of the soul for everybody in humanity. We can't keep going on the way we were. A lot of us are waking up to the fact that we've been suppressed, and oh my God, I wasn't being my authentic self, and those around me were wanting to snuff my authentic self. So it's not a matter of us giving our power, because nobody can take it unless we give it, but it's waking up from the fact that you go, whoa, I was giving it, and taking your heart back into your power back into your heart space. I feel optimistic yet again. But it's not to say that we don't go through these things where we feel like, oh my God, I lose hope in humanity. I'm so exhausted. That's really a time for you to be gentle with yourself. Know that it's okay and that there's a season for everything. And always with Uranus, the higher thinking, realizing there's a bigger perspective. So go there, right? So let's see. Let's go with the native Spirit Oracle first for this week. I already said my prayers and set my intentions before I came on. So, dear Spirit, what is it that can guide us at this time as we move out of Capricorn season into Aquarius season, and not only leaving the 2019 and a whole decade behind, but going forward with a higher perspective for the collective consciousness, and really remembering that we need to stay in the ebbs and flows of the seasons, having our awareness go, with Aquarius too, they like technology. Don't get so disconnected from the elements, nature, what your body's speaking to you, and dive so deep into the overthinking or the technology. Validate yourself. Set healthy boundaries. And really be gentle with yourself at this time. This new moon is about new beginnings, so set your intentions prior to Friday when this new moon appears. We're in the energy of that 2-3 days before, 2-3 days after. Set your intentions of what you would like with higher thinking, higher perspectives as a collective going forward. It's super important. Spirit Keeper of the South. If I do believe, I'm not going to say this for sure, but I do believe the South is where we want to head. But let me see if this is talking about walking into that new direction, flowing with the seasons, right? Here we go. And I kind of flipped open to it pretty fast. Meant to be. Sun shining in the background of this card. Super beautiful. I feel like this is like new day dawning. Shooting and setting our intentions. Feeling liberated with this Aquarian energy that we have supporting all of us. Beautiful. Let's read it. Abundance and prosperity in all forms. Expansion, surging energy, activity, movement, rapid growth, universe. This is the bounty of the universe. This is huge. This is like I was just saying with the collective energy, right? Wow. Be open to receiving the bounty of the universe. This is a great time for your energy will be at its maximum. In the medicine wheel, the south is the direction that symbolizes the warmth of the noonday sun, summertime, the full moon, and the time of rapid growth. Crops grow with vigor grow vigorously during the summer months. In the human cycle, it also represents the vitality of childhood. So childhood, to me, this could be the newness, the newfound you, getting back to the core fundamental roots of who you are before all the conditioning started, right? You have to excuse me, I'm super dry. That's another one of the ascension symptoms right now, guys. Drink plenty of good, healthy water that does not contain fluoride, and keep hydrating because we are integrating so much light, right? This is your time to shine. It's also a time of great bounty in all areas of your life. Open your arms to receive the gifts from the universe. If you live in the southern hemisphere and draw this card, it's asking you to go due north for the meanings. Stand facing the south during midday. Close your eyes and feel the warmth of the sun, opening your heart center. Absorb the sunlight as you sense yourself absorbing the abundance of the universe. So like I said, we have huge amounts of light pouring into this beautiful planet from not only our sun, but the central sun, you know. That's why we are feeling these energetic shifts so intensely. Another sign that I'm feeling is the warmth in your body is huge at this time. But also know that this sun is like a new way of going forward. So with this new moon in Aquarius on Friday, that's huge. The higher mindset, the best for what is best for you, and the best for what is for the collective consciousness. It's a higher perspective. Always take the high road. New days dawning, if we can allow ourselves to sit in that stillness and listen to your soul. I have an incense burning, and because I'm so dry, it's actually making me worse. So I'm going to move it momentarily here. So the beautiful part about this Aquarian age, right? And I feel like this is a huge initiation for a lot of us because the sun moves into Aquarius on the 20th. And then we have the new moon coming right in with this dance between Uranus, its ruling planet, of higher thinking, right? And more of liberation. Age of Aquarius is all about that. Getting back to who we truly are, which is oneness. And that only love is real. And that we always have this like higher perspective thinking, right? With Uranus and Aquarius. Getting back to who we truly are, like stripping us down to what really matters in this life and gaining this momentum going forward, right? With feeling liberated, feeling like we can be our authentic selves without playing small, and not overthinking. The fixed air signs, you know, don't get too fixed, causing you to be stubborn. And like I said, this relates to all of us because we have all 12 signs and all 4 elements. And I find, in my perspective, the key to balance and the key to you getting back into your authenticity is balancing those 4 elements. If your chart has a lot of water in there and you're totally emotional and you're not rooted in your body, you know, so I highly recommend Deborah Silverman's book on the missing elements and then getting your birth natal chart. And wow, am I dry today, even my eyes. So apparently on the 19th, we have some ascension symptoms of feeling dry. I'm not experiencing it now, but I know other people are. Itchy. I'm not experiencing the vertigo as of now. I've experienced it tremendously over 2019 and 2018. And even I don't think I've experienced it into this year, but everybody's different. We're all integrating this light into our bodies, which we are light beings, right? the importance of nature and the rhythms. I cannot stress that enough. And it's right here within us. The cosmos supports us because that's within us as well. We are stardust after all. So one more from the Archangel Oracle, and we will wrap up this energy update for January 20th through the 26th. Like I said, happy blessed solar return to all you Aquariuses. Happy birthday. Be bright and shine. Bring out that rebel. No more conforming. You really do. We all do. That humanitarian aspect, that higher perspective. Which archangel is it to go along with this? I find it beautiful that we get the sun card, right? Because as I was saying before I drew that we have so much light coming in through our sun and our central sun, and that our DNA is literally shifting and changing and integrating the strands of DNA that have been not activated. So that's another thing with the age of Aquarius, right? It's about knowing that we all have the connection with God, creator, source, whatever you call it, our higher selves. That link is directly through our crown chakra into our heart space. So that's beautiful. It's all about the Aquarian age, baby. And it seems like we've went through a lot of shit to get here. Relationship harmony. Archangel Raguel. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved. So I feel this is almost blue chakra. Remember that forgiveness is not enabling egoic behavior. You are lifting yourself up in light and love, and you should hold yourself in that, knowing that you're worthy of good things. This can also relate to the balance of the divine feminine and masculine within you, the sacred union of the balance, the dark, the light, harmonizing that. For a lot of us, the conflict's ending is because 2019 was a huge time of letting go of the egoic behaviors and going into the heart space. So a lot of people have worked on boundaries very, very well thus far. And you're coming into fruition and you're seeing the soul connections. So do your work, sit with your stillness, realize that everything starts within you. Once you realize that, you can step into your power, that oneness consciousness, the never-ending, always connection that we have with Source, and co-creating the life that you want. So blue chakra to me as well. This can be an indication for a lot of you that you need to speak from the heart, that you're holding back, you're playing small to appease to others. The importance of the fifth chakra is speaking your truth from a heart-centered space, is that if you hold that within you, it's another form of oppression, right? And it can turn into depression. So it's a huge thing to walk in your authenticity, hold that torch high, seeing the gold around there. That to me is like definitely God consciousness. I know every time I'm in meditation, the presence that I feel is golden white light, warm. And I mean, it's just something I can't even describe unless you feel it. So know to keep going. Allow your soul to shine through. And the more you do this, the more you feel and you bring your awareness to the integration of the light and what we're all going through with this ascension right now, leaving behind Pisces, very dense, very conformist, feeling liberated going forward into Aquarian age, which is huge. It's for all of us really asking to step up to the mark, hold our torch, and allow your solar plexus to really start vibrating higher. You know, that is our creative life force energy. Creative energy has been suppressed for so long. And realize that you do that, you bring that sacred union within yourself. You're going to start seeing more harmony. One last thing I want to share. I have an empath group, divinely guided to start as well from having my empath child transition out of his body. Was Divine Destiny and the Rise of Empaths. I do cards in there. I share astrology. It's a beautiful little tribe. But one of my cards, my beautiful Ascended Master, who is one of my guides, Yeshua, was a message today for the group. I don't share them normally on here, but I'm going to. And to always remember this. I will not ever leave you comfortless. I will comfort you always. I will come to you, and I will never leave you comfortless. You will hear this voice. You'll hear this through your heart space. That's the importance of sitting, being still, and listening to your soul. It's because then we're tapped into the never-ending consciousness. I don't know who your guides are, but whoever your guides are and your creator source, right? Everything under. There's always comfort there. And there's a huge power in asking. So I just want to leave you guys with that. I hope you enjoyed this today. If it resonates, my intention always is to uplift you, encourage you to speak your truth so you can come into harmony from a heart-centered space, to know that you're always connected to the oneness consciousness, the God creator source that we are all sparks of, to feel your feels, to allow your empath traits of sensitivities and big heart space to be a gift and no longer a blessing. If you do that work, you sit in your stillness, you create healthy boundaries in your life, you will create harmony not only within yourself, but you'll call in soul group. I send this to you with so much love, and namaste. Blessings to all.